Hey everybody, welcome to the Stock Car Spectacle. I'm Ian Jortson.
And I'm Nick Kinzel.
And guys, it was a wild one with Texas Motor Speedway and Richmond Raceway for this weekend. But before we dig into all that, let's start off with our diecast of the week. Buddy, what you got for you?
So for this week, I kind of fetched for this one. I mean, we're going to Bristol, but we're running the dirt. But this is a scheme that came to life after the summer Bristol race in what was that, 2019?
Yeah.
The summer of 2019. First and foremost, fuck this guy. Don't support him anymore. But it is the '95 Barstool car that Matty D ran. The Barstool gang, Dave Portnoy. He was at Bristol when Matty D was oh so close to that first career Cup Series win. Fell just short, and then they signed on to like a 2 race deal, and he ran this at Las Vegas, I think, and then he ran the one bike car at Talladega where they were
Yep.
also in contention to win that race. I like the car a lot. I don't like the driver. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, no, definitely a cool car. I mean, all the Barstool cars that came out are really cool. That one, the pizza car, and Clint Boyer's 1776 4th of July car. I mean, those are all badass. So
No.
it's sucks that they kind of took their eye away from the sport, but who knows? Maybe they'll make a comeback one day.
Yeah.
All right, so you said it, going to Bristol, but it's that time of the year where they lay the dirt on that track. So had to bust out Kevin Harvick's Busch dirt car that he ran in 2021. That was the first race that they ran with the dirt. So pretty cool car. You know, they just made it look like it was just splashed with dirt. So
Looks a whole lot better than the one that they're rolling out this week.
yeah, they got like a little scrubby thing on there trying to clean it off. It just looks so fucking dumb. You know, Bush is so weird with how their paint schemes come out. They'll be some of the best cars or they'll be some of the worst cars.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, can't wait to see Kevin sling some mud this weekend. It's always a interesting race, that's for sure. All right, and then some top stories. I mean, yesterday NASCAR Twitter blew up with the Ross Chastain being memed out because Christopher Bell basically blamed Ross Chastain for when he took out William Byron, and he apologized to Byron, but he never apologized to Ross Chastain. So basically made up that Ross is just capable of doing anything, even if it's not his fault.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't even know where that originated from, but now going back and see it, and then yeah, NASCAR Twitter, they're gonna jump on something, and there's gonna be 1,000 of them after that. So
Oh
it was
yeah.
pretty fun.
Oh, it was great to see it. You know, people were photoshopping him as like Juan Pablo when he went into the jet dryers, or just a lot of like other like horrible things too that I don't really want to mention on the show. But yeah, go look it up on NASCAR Twitter. Just look up Ross Chastain. You'll see a bunch of memes. They're fantastic. But but let's talk Richmond. The Xfinity Series. They kicked off the weekend, and practice and qualifying was rained out Saturday morning. Just coming down. So they lined it up with the points, the algorithm, all that. And Chandler Smith, he won stage one. A lot of speed out of that College car this year. Nick, I know you love it.
I don't understand. We had a nice roll going, and we kept it going in that first stage, and then all of a sudden it just disappeared. We were running second at one point in that race, and then next thing you know, we're like 27th. So just another day of the Cog number 11 car. Maybe one day Chris Rice, Matt Cog, they're gonna give a fuck about a champion driving their car, but that's just me.
Yeah, we'll see. Josh Berry won stage two, and this was a fairly clean race. There was a caution that came out lap 29. Jeremy Clements, his car ran out of power trying to get on pit road. And then that brought out the madness. We always say cautions breed cautions. We had Riley Herbst, Brandon Jones tangled together after the nine got
I hate
loose.
that. I kind of hate that for Riley Herbst. The dude was having another kick-ass day, and then he was just the product of another Brandon Jones incident right there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, dude, it sucks to see. Riley's leading the stables for SHR this year down in the
Mm-hmm.
Xfinity Series.
Honestly, complete opposite with what I thought was going to be with Brandon Jones and Riley Herbst this year.
Right.
I thought Brandon Jones was just going to come out like fast as hell, going to be perfect. You know, he did pretty good in that 19 car at Joe Gibbs Racing. He's stepping in one of the best cars, almost won a championship last year. And man, he just cannot put it together. But
Cannot get it.
Riley Herbst, like you said, he is just leading it over there at Stewart Haas Racing, making Cole Custer
He's
look
he's
bad, man. But
he's
yeah,
the man.
Riley's been very consistent this year, and finally, happy to see that for that guy. He's been struggling for a
Well,
while. He's
oh
finally getting
shit.
the hang of it.
He led quite a few laps in this race on Saturday. He was up front for a good majority, and then he just got dumped by the nine. And hey,
Yeah,
that happens. But yeah, wow, I'm surprised. It only took him 5 seasons to show up, but hey, he's making the most of it. He's making Cole Custer look bad too.
yeah, exactly. And then more cautions. Brett Moffitt spun after Ryan Ellis tangled with him. And then Chandler Smith, he ended up getting his first career Xfinity Series win, holding off John Hunter Nemechek. I mean, we saw this coming a few weeks ago. I think it was at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. He was just dominating at the track and just fell short. And he every single race this year, he's had some race winning speed, and he finally got it done. And yeah, I think this kid's going to be a threat in his rookie year for sure.
Oh, he already is a threat. He was 4 corners away from getting that first career win at Vegas, and then he comes out here and does what he does. Yeah, Chandler Smith, he's looking very bright. We both talked about it. It was coming. After that what happened at Vegas, it wasn't going to be long before he was in another position, and this time he capitalized on it. And yeah, it sucks to see that he's up doing his thing and I'm down here doing my thing, but hey, it is what it is. Chandler's got a very bright future in this sport for sure, and he's
Yeah,
making the most of it.
yeah, definitely. All right, and then let's talk trucks. They were down at Texas Motor Speedway doing the double header with IndyCar, which I got to say, I watched the IndyCar race, and that was some of the best racing I've ever seen at Texas Motor Speedway. This track is meant for IndyCar. Let's just stop putting stock cars here.
Well, yeah,
The track can still make its money.
I would like to see a little bit more ovals on the IndyCar schedule. It always seems like when they run ovals, like don't bring a track like Pocono. Don't bring those big
No,
ovals back. Bring a
Pocono's a
track.
deadly track for IndyCar.
Don't bring Pocono back. Like don't run at Michigan. Don't run it anywhere with those high speeds. But I would like to see more ovals on the IndyCar circuit. I would watch most of, not all of those if they ran more ovals.
Chicagoland was a
They
really
used to
good
do it,
race for
yeah.
IndyCar. Yeah, they always said that was some of the best racing for IndyCar. So that track is looking for a revival right now. IndyCar is, still trying to reach more fans. They're still kind of struggling. Go out there. I think that would be fantastic. The Midwest is huge with IndyCar. I mean, it's based in Indianapolis. I feel like there's way more IndyCar fans than you'll see NASCAR fans out in this area.
Oh,
So that would bring a lot of people. A lot of people like open wheel racing. Just do it. It's a good moneymaker.
absolutely.
All right. So then trucks, they were racing at Texas Motor Speedway. And lap one, I don't know if the blood runs thick down there with the watermelons, but Chad Chastain, he spun coming out of turn two. He got loose, and oh man. I don't know if there was some bad omens with him just being Ross's brother with everything going on, but yeah, Chad Chastain, oof, bad luck on lap one, wrecked his shit.
It's the truck series, man. Wrecking your shit on lap one.
Yeah, that's pretty typical. And then Nick Sanchez, he's been looking amazing so far this year. He swept the first two stages, his first stage wins of his truck career. So great to see for him. He was dominant at this race. And then we had a scary crash for Dean Thompson. He got loose, spun out of turn four, and then someone didn't know how to use their brakes and just slammed right into him and caused multiple cars to just crash into him. He had to be taken to the hospital. He said on Twitter that he was okay, so that's good to
Yeah.
hear.
Well, yeah, there's conflicting stories there. The driver who ran into the back of him, he said he didn't have brakes, and then it was he couldn't see. But either way, like in a scary situation like that, like I don't
Yeah, you
know.
gotta slow down at least.
Slow
I
down.
don't know.
You have to try and make yourself slow down
Yeah,
somehow. You cannot just be piling into the back. Like that was
that
dangerous right
that's
there.
how
Glad
someone dies.
glad everybody turned out to be okay though. But yeah, definitely you got to learn from that. You got to try and make yourself slow down as best as you can.
Yeah, somehow. But yeah, good to see Dean Thompson that he is okay. And then we had a wild finish with Nick Sanchez and Zane Smith. They were fighting for first place. They both made contact. Sanchez got loose, and then Hosafar was there right there in third, and he decided, you know what? I'm just gonna finish you off, Nick Sanchez. Spun him. It's bright as day that you could see that Carson Hosafar went to go spin him and ended up getting his first win. I mean, that's how
Yeah,
Carson Hocevar is going to get his first win. The dude is a freaking
I
menace.
was I was gonna say it. Who is surprised that Carson Hocevar gets his first career win in controversial fashion? He's
Yeah,
only been at the center of controversy for the last season and a half now. So, man, I hate that for Nick Sanchez. He absolutely put a can of whoop ass on this field, and then he just made one mistake.
yeah.
One mistake got
Fighting with the
loose.
best in the series.
And one mistake cost him, but it shouldn't have been like that. You had a bunch of bozos bringing out all these cautions
Yeah.
at the end.
Hey man,
So
that's the truck series. Truck
I
series
was
has turned into a joke lately.
it's just something like that where I would like to see a limit on these overtimes. I know they want NASCAR's biggest thing is we want to finish this race under green for the fans, but at some point you're just giving these guys like it's basically like what happened at Coda with the Cup Series last week. We just had kept having those overtime restarts, and these guys, you're not going to police them on it. Like you're giving them max opportunity to just cause carnage, and that's what these overtime finishes turn into. But yeah, I absolutely hate that for Nick Sanchez.
Yeah.
That should have been his race. I really would like to see us go back to a limit on like 2 or 3 attempts, and after that, race is over. So
Yeah. But
that's my opinion.
it's also a respect thing too with all
Yeah,
the drivers. I mean, I feel like we look at the restarts, overtime restarts we've seen maybe a couple years ago. Yeah, they've been crazy, but they haven't been this wild that we've seen ever since probably the next gen car came out when everyone got more of an equal opportunity. I just feel like there has been so much loss of respect in the garage. I mean, yeah,
it,
I mean we got guys like Kyle Busch and Kevin Harvick and Denny Hamlin even coming out and saying, yeah, Denny Hamlin, we'll talk about that in a little bit. He has no respect now, but yeah, you got veteran guys saying, yeah, no respect in the garage right now. And you can really just see it from all the young guys. I mean, Christopher Bell, obviously no respect whatsoever. He takes out William Byron and he blames someone else for his own shit. So yeah, I don't know. A lot of these drivers, I think they need to get a hold of themselves because I love doing the overtime finishes. I think we should at least end the race on the final lap of these races because it sucks when you just end a race under caution. I grew up with that shit. That's so it sucks. It's so boring. Even IndyCar does it. They ended the race like that on
right.
Sunday. I'm just not a fan, but yeah, we just need more respect on the track. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
it sucks, but why would these guys respect each other? They just keep getting away with it week after week because nobody's doing anything about
Yeah,
it. NASCAR's just letting this go, and it's just like, oh, well, that's just how they drive. Now they drive like dipshits, is what they
yeah.
do. I could hop into a stock car and start wrecking people if that's all it takes nowadays. And if we don't have to show respect, get me on the racetrack.
Yeah. Honestly, what we haven't seen in the Cup Series in a couple years either is someone getting popped in the fucking mouth. No one does that anymore. If someone's gonna learn to race more respectful, they need to get popped in the mouth. It's happened
But
years and years before. Joey Logano, he started racing a little bit more respectfully after Tony taught him a few lessons at Auto Club, but that's what needs to happen with Ross Chastain and just even Denny Hamlin. JJ Yeley should have gone over and fucking beat him down, man. What are you doing taking out a Rick Ware car that runs fucking last place? No, you should not be doing that, man. You could have just easily gone by him, but no, man, you let the demons get ahead of you.
Well, I think another thing about that is look at what these quote unquote scuffles have turned into. It just turns into you might be able to land one punch, and then you got 50 crew guys coming on on you, pulling you back. Like, come on,
Yeah, these former college football
let
players trying to
let
kill
these
Denny
guys
Hamlin.
let these guys sort it out themselves like men. They don't
Yeah.
need 50 crew guys trying to break that up, because that's where the injuries come from. Is that pulling them out of that scuffle right there.
Yeah, exactly. There's no room for these pit guys to be coming in because these guys are huge to begin with, so they could easily, snap someone in half like Riley Herbst or Brandon Jones.
But hey, whoop-de-doo, Carson Hocevar wins in controversy fashion. Who would have
Yeah,
thought?
who would have thought? So then let's move over for the Cup Series race at Richmond Raceway. Again, no practice or qualifying for these guys with the rain out on Saturday. And I got to say, Richmond has not been a great track for years. And this one probably put on the best racing that we've seen in a long time.
Oh, absolutely.
NASCAR has the short track package down this year.
Absolutely. Yeah, this has always been one of the more boring tracks on the schedule because it usually just turns into that one lane garbage. But now there are guys who are making the top work in this race, and it was more exciting to see. You're being able to close up to these guys, making passes. So yeah, I very much enjoyed it.
Yeah, definitely. But who really did not enjoy it was your boy JJ Yaley after getting spun by Denny Hamlin. I mean, we talked about it a little bit right there, but what are you doing taking out a, second tier Rick Ware car right there that's going to be running 35th? Denny's been preaching respect for the past week and a half and did not show it at all to our boy JJ Yaley.
Yeah, I see it two ways. Yeah, I see it as a dick move on his end because he definitely didn't need to do that. But also, I'm sure Denny Hamlin was pissed off in the first place to be back there. I think he got a pit road penalty is what sent him back there. So I think he was driving very angry. But yeah, you don't come on.
That's
But he
Denny's
also
worst enemy
he
right there
said
is
it.
pit
He
road.
said yeah, it really is. He said it himself though. It's like why would I have to go? Why would I go out and wreck a Rick Ware car on purpose? Like, do I really have to be going out to do that? And it definitely looked like it was on purpose, but I don't know.
Could
But
have
at
given
some
him some
point,
room.
what room was there to give him? I mean, he was on the body. Come on. He JJ Yeley should have known that, oh hey, I got a much faster car in front of me. I'm not gonna take the bottom here. Yeah, he's out there racing for everything he's got. Yeah,
Yeah.
congratulations on 33rd, bud. You really got a lot to
Hey,
prove.
it's putting food on the table, ain't it?
He's putting food on the table. Yeah, good for him. he's he's a failed JGR prospect anyway.
Spoken like a true Hamlin fan.
Broken like a true Hamlin fan. But now, yeah. Uh that's Denny for you. Yes, that's Denny for you. It's just been that kind of season to start off. So
Yeah.
move on.
Hey,
I'm
man.
not really scared.
Denny's got to stay in the headlines. He's got to stay relevant every week.
I'm not I'm not really scared of a Rick Ware car, to be honest with you. I
Nah.
don't think they can really be afford. I don't think they can really afford to be junking their shit trying to take us out. So
Yeah.
they could try. I don't think it's gonna work. They could try.
Yeah. You're fighting for a championship and he's a lapper. I don't know, man. Look out. They might do something. We'll see. All right. So yeah, after that, William Byron won stage one. This guy's been
Just
on
what
fire this year. Yeah, where did this come from, man?
him and the 5 car both. It's just been like the last couple of weeks. It's Kyle Larson, William Byron, Kyle Larson, William Byron. Nobody else is even close to them. It was just, what is going on?
Dude, Hendrick Motorsports has it down, and Alex Bowman, he's been the most consistent driver of the season. I'm pretty sure he's leading in points right now. The dude has been going off. Hendrick Motorsports has it down this year, and William Byron, he's looking like he's gonna be having a Jeff Gordon-esque kind of year right now, where he's gonna get like
Yeah,
9 wins. Who knows?
now that he got his points back, I mean, there's really nothing to worry about. He's just going out every week doing just kicking ass. I
Yeah.
remember a couple years ago, we were like, why is William Byron still in this car? What has he done to prove that he belongs in this car? And I just think that goes back to show how crappy the end of the Gen 6 era was with those crappy race cars right there. He didn't get to maximize his full potential. And now you get him in this next gen, and the kid's just been wheeling and dealing. ever since.
Yeah, and two, it just takes a while to get adjusted to the Cup Series. I mean, look at Chase Elliott. It took him like what 3 seasons to finally get his first win.
Yeah.
So yeah, it just takes guys a while to adjust. We saw William Byron; he was excellent down in the Truck Series and Xfinity Series. Yeah, and it's about time. And yeah, the kid's gonna be kicking ass this year and for the future. I mean, this
Yeah.
kid is the future of NASCAR.
Yeah.
All right, so then Byron won stage one, and then Josh Berry, he spun on lap 95 thanks to Chase's buddy Ryan Blaney. So I'm sure old Niner gave Blaners a call after that one.
No more. No, I'll tell you what. No more free beer for Ryan Blaney.
Oh, no
You
way,
remember that?
dude.
You remember that a couple years ago when he
And he
wrecked Dale
pissed off
Jr.
Junior. Yeah.
and he said, "Yeah, no more free beer for this kid."
Yeah, because they were neighbors. They were always like hanging out drinking together.
Yeah.
Like, nope.
You're done.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. All right, and then Hamlin, he passed Christopher Bell with 2 to go to win stage two. So pretty good playoff points for Denny right there.
Rick,
And
you can stay in your fucking motorhome.
and to put icing on the cake for a bad day, Noah Gregson got loose and hit the wall, ending his day. He was already 3 laps down and just wrecked his shit. So yeah, so far Legacy Motor Club has been fantastic.
Telling you, man. Welcome to the club.
Yep.
We're celebrating top 25s as wins, man. It
Hey
hurts.
man,
That's a tough pill to swallow, but hey, man.
baby steps. I mean,
Baby steps.
like we just said with William Byron, it's going to be growing pains with being in the Cup Series, and I feel like that even is how it's going to be with this new team with Legacy Motor Club. Jimmy Johnson's coming in as a new team owner. Richard Petty's pretty much out of the picture, and Maury Gallagher. This is a new team right now. I say give it a couple years. We already saw race win speed out of Eric Jones last year. It was ridiculous. So give it some time. I think Noah Gregson, one of the best on the Xfinity Series for the past 4 years. I think soon.
They'll get it figured out.
Yeah, they'll get it figured out for sure. Yeah, they're still a new team, new driver. Happens. But Tyler Reddick, he was having a bad day as well. He spun with 29 to go, and this basically snapped all the strategies that were going into play. This was a long final stage, and this benefited Josh Berry so much because he was able to restart second, and he just stayed up there with cautions after cautions, with the Byron spin after contact with Bell. And yeah, then that just brought out more cautions, and Kyle Larson got his first win of the season. This guy has been crazy good all year, and he finally capped it off with a checkered flag win. And Josh Berry finished second. Awesome for Hendrick Motorsports. Awesome to see that for Josh Berry. Just taking over for Chase Elliott, just being told to be a sub driver, and he did more than he had to. And everyone said Jeff Gordon even said, "Watch out, he's going to be a Cup Series driver. He's going to be a good Cup Series driver in a couple of years."
He is. I mean, it took Josh Berry, what is this, like his fourth race with the team now? Something like that. Didn't take him very long to get this figured out. Yeah, it was a great strategy play on Alan Gustafson's end, but still, he's got to be in position to make that strategy call.
Yeah.
And Josh was able to rebound, and he stuck it to him at the end. I mean, he was able to stay up there with defending with a champion and Kyle Larson and his talents. Yeah, Josh, he's just a wheelman. Anything he steps into, he's going to be fast in, and he's going to put you in the best position possible because he's always going to get the best out of his equipment. And he made the most of his opportunity. But yeah, Kyle Larson, on the other hand, you felt like this one was coming. He's come oh so close as these last couple of weeks. Kind of felt like maybe a few got away for him, but oh boy, it only takes one. And now I just feel like the Hendrick Brigade is just going to continue on. What other team is going to step up there? I think it's going to be Stewart Haas Racing in the 4-car of Kevin Harvick is going to be the one to go toe to toe with these Chevys every week. But other than that, it's like the Toyotas are still not there, in my opinion. They're just still that they had the race win last week with Tyler Reddick, but you come here to Richmond this week and it's still just a little bit off. I feel
Yeah,
like
a
I feel
little
like they're getting
promising
there.
with that Denny stage win. He showed some speed throughout the race, but yeah, I mean, we'll see. It's a long season. I think they're gonna probably have a summer breakout. We'll see with the
Yeah,
Toyotas here.
I'm sure, but somebody's got to
Yeah,
get up there and
but
stop Hendrick.
yeah,
Somebody has got.
right now Kevin seems like he is the only Ford with competitive speed against these guys. Joey Logano, yeah, those two are the only blue ovals I see that'll be taking down the throne of Hendrick Motorsports and Chevrolet.
God, I hope to see it soon.
Yeah,
I'm getting
but
so sick of seeing the 24 and the 5 every single freaking week running 1-2. Like, who's gonna stop them?
yeah, right. But one that was actually a surprise for the Blue Ovals was Michael McDowell. He finished sixth in this race. Freaking
Good,
phenomenal for him.
good run for him on it. He likes the short tracks. He's usually good at Bristol, but yeah, a track like Richmond, this is one of the toughest racetracks that we go to. And so yeah, very good run out of that 34 car.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, that will about wrap it up for our race review. You got anything else to add, buddy?
Yeah, this was a very entertaining race. Yeah, we had some Pink Whitney along the way, but make spice things up a little bit. But yeah, this is a very good race, and now we get to go get our tires dirty. I guess. Woohoo! So excited! But now, who's gonna stop the Hendrick Brigade? That's gonna be the question going forward because they're just gonna keep getting better and better. Like this is the start of the season. They're only going to keep getting better from here. Somebody's got to catch up to them at some point. So it'll be exciting to see along the way who does that.
Yeah, we'll see how the Hendrick boys last out, slinging some mud. You know, Kyle Larson's really good out there.
We're going to a dirt track next week. So yeah, you already know right away who's going to be up there leading some laps. Really, William Byron, he's a little solid dirt racer too. I mean, you never know. You never know.
We'll see, but that will wrap it up for us at the Stock Car Spectacle, guys. If you haven't yet, make sure to like our video and subscribe to our channel, and you can find us on Twitter and Instagram. So that'll do it for us. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Ian Jortson.
And I'm Nick Kinzel.
We'll see you guys next time.